What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mouthy Michiganders, Outlaws and Gunslingers new fucking show that we're doing. Yes, it's I guess it's officially the Outlaws and Gunslingers.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna take you through the most notable figures, gangs, cities,
Anything, guys.
of the old Wild West.
Fucking
Outlaws
anything.
and Gunslingers, lawmen, anybody else, Indians, the wars, and fucking anything else that happened in the old Wild West area.
We're targeting like 1850
1850s
to
through
about
1910s.
maybe 1910.
There's
Yeah,
nothing really that happened after 1910 in the Wild West era.
after 1910. Yeah, because after that is the world was taken over, basically, if you want to say that. I was gonna say like technology or
I'm pretty sure in early 1900s, before 1910, the census came out and said there were not, because before this they were tracking the progress of westward movement and into the frontier.
all right.
And in like the early 1900s, they came out and said there's enough people in the West that we're not going to track this no more.
Right.
So all this shit on all unpopulated areas are basically populated now. So
Well,
early
they're not.
1900s.
Well, they're not. What they're doing is why they ain't tracking no more, because they had big cities like, say, in Texas, and then you can run out through, and then L.A. was
California, Washington,
yeah.
all those
They
areas.
got these big
But they were populated at some point,
Right.
so which means they weren't undiscovered no more.
But
So
there
that
was
was
a
the whole.
lot. But there was a lot of open land.
That was the point of the whole frontier, like them tracking to move on the frontier lines.
Right.
And now from
These major highways are these, actually, your keys to.
well, once the Transcontinental Railroad fucking came, and we'll
railroads.
we'll have an episode on the Transcontinental Railroad.
Look at your actually, that's actually perfect. Before anything, look at your map. If you can find a map that has nothing but railroads on your fucking United States map, that will tell you America
Where they settled.
That'll tell you America from the beginning to end. Right there. There'll be railroad up the hill from fucking East Coast, and then it'll spread out pretty close together, and then once it gets through the west, it'll spread out to like a couple here and there, and then you'll see this. Hey, this is what we did in America. Damn, we fucking fucked up the whole East Coast. Got to the Midwest and was like, hey, there's still more. But like people are like, well, I'm gonna stay back. Well, I'm gonna go this way.
Well,
Go ahead.
naturally though, if you look at the timeline of the U.S., the two coasts are the most heavily populated. Everybody's gonna want to be, everybody's gonna want to be by the coast where there's shipping ports and jobs and that shit. The middle of the state's obviously gonna be less populated than the edges.
Which is so funny because the whole west side of the United States is basically Asian, Mexican.
Well, a lot of Asians,
Russian.
a lot of Asians were brought in to build the railroad.
Well, you got
out that way.
Japan and Korea and fucking all
Chinese
that.
mostly.
Right
That's
fucking
why.
there.
That's why fucking Chinatowns were popping up all over these cities in the early 1800s, late 1800s.
On the West Coast.
Yeah.
West Coast is all China.
There's a
basically.
bunch of fucking Chinese people fucking coming in building the railroad.
And once you get further north, it gets to Russia, because Alaska came down, and Alaska used to be called Russian America.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was looking at a map the other day. Russian America.
Russian America.
It was a Russian. Yeah, it was a Russian because it was part of North America. It was called Russian America, and it was a Russian fucking province, I believe.
Either or, we bought fucking Alaska for a steal. It was like $2 million.
People didn't know about the shit that was there, though. I don't think.
Well, no, because after we bought it from Russia, we fucking struck gold like a couple years later, and then Russia was like, "Fuck!" But Russia's got a lot of fucking. Did I say gold? I said oil.
Oh,
I meant oil, not gold.
Well,
Yeah,
gold
they
in
struck
Alaska.
oil. Yeah, there is Alaskan gold, but oil is what fucking made Alaska valuable. And the Russians were like, "Fuck!" After we discovered oil, so they're like, "Man, we just sold this shit for literally pennies on the dollar."
Just think all the oil they think that they're getting on land. Imagine the first person that fucking trenched in the sea. Who would have even thought?
Oh, in the oil, yeah, off the fucking
Those fuckers
offshore
producing.
drilling.
Yeah, those fuckers are drilling some oil. They ain't nothing compared to what's going on inland. That fucking in the sea, dude. That's some.
Why do you think they have all those oil fucking
Holy fuck!
all those oil bases for offshore drilling? That's where a lot of the oil comes. And believe it or not, people want to say Middle East. Yeah, Middle East is a big producer of oil, but fucking around the U.S. and North America, they produce a lot of fucking oil to the point where the United States has their own reserve that could fucking supply us for literally decades without buying from other places.
What I want to do more research on is natural gas.
Fossil fuels.
Right.
They say fossil fuels are from the dinosaurs. That's literally the only reason why we have fossil fuel, because from fossils.
There is unlimited amount of natural gas growing out to millions of fucking people every day to heat their homes, their fucking ovens, hot water heaters,
everything.
So I mean, that's
you go into a town like I live in, and there's like literally a population of 3,000, but it's a tourist town of sorts, and they got all these businesses, and they're all operating under natural gas. And that's just in a 10-mile radius.
Imagine a big city like, not even a big city, Saginaw, or that's 50 to 60,000 people. Where's all this natural gas coming from? It's natural. Why can't
they mine it?
Why can't
they don't mine it? But
why can't we convert
tap into the natural gas line? I don't fucking know.
Why can't we convert natural gas into fucking gasoline for vehicles? If it's so abundant, there's never been a scare of natural gas shortage.
What are you gonna pump some natural gas? Isn't liquid.
Oh, you can figure it out, can't you? They can figure out how to fucking self-park a car. Right.
I don't know why we're on natural gas and shit. This is Outlaws and Gunslingers, motherfuckers. But yeah.
Oh,
I think so like the census stopped fucking tracking the westward movement in the early 1900s. So I mean, but what we're about to discuss today takes place right before the 1900s, at the end of the 1800s. So vastly different from Wild Bill, which we discussed. He was mainly in the 1860s.
These guys are witnessing electricity, motored carriages.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, they're born in by 30 years old. It was 1900. They're definitely seeing fucking.
Well,
they're definitely
just because they were born in that year doesn't mean they made it to 30 years old.
Right, right. So
I'm just saying, So yeah, our first episode of Outlaws and Gunslingers was all about Wild Bill Hickok. I've been doing this all to get all. I still can't even say it.
You can't even say day.
I've been doing this all day, guys.
Here at Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity. Liberty Bibbity. Our first episode was about Wild Bill Hickok.
Yeah.
Arguably the first Wild West fucking notable figure, famous figure of the times, and his legend still lives on, obviously. So go give that a listen if you are interested in all of that. This one today is going to be all about the famous Dalton Gang. And that's not to be confused with the Doolin Dalton Gang, who would come after this with members of this gang, which we will cover after. They've done enough stuff with the Dalton, the Doolin, the Doolin Dalton Gang did enough themselves that they have their own episode.
Right.
But for now, this is the Dalton Gang that preceded them. And we're going to start with these fucking guys. And I tell you what, they only operated from 1890 to 1892.
Hey,
but in those fucking 2 years, they did some shit. They're sometimes referred as the Dalton brothers, because they had 3 brothers of the Dalton last name in the gang. A 4th one kind of helping them. But they were trained bank robbers, operating mainly in California, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Like I said, only acted for a couple years. They made their impact. And definitely fucking secured their place in Wild West history.
We'll see.
Because they've had a lot of fucking movies and books and all this type of shit made after them in the years leading after that.
Did they, though?
Well, there were 3 of, like I said, Yeah, but you'll see at the end. I offer recommendations for you guys.
Oh,
So
I can't wait.
like I said, 3 Dalton brothers were officially in the gang. Emmett Dalton, born in 1871, Bob Dalton in 1869, and Grat Dalton in 1861. Though a fourth member, Wild Bill, well, he was
Wild
wild.
Bill.
He
He's
was
like,
wild.
hey, I'm your brother. Okay,
All right.
I believe you.
A fourth brother named Bill would scout locations for them and spy and like set up all this shit.
Right,
He never officially participated in
Man.
robberies.
Well,
They were born to James Lewis. He was a saloon owner in Kansas City and later a horse racer. Their mother was Adeline Younger, aunt to Cole and James Younger of the famed James Younger gang. So they had some outlaw cousins there.
Nice.
The Dalton boys had 8 other siblings. Oh, fucking family. Fucking James Lewis. James Lewis and Adeline were getting it on.
Mm-hmm.
They settled in Coffeyville, Kansas, which that name Coffeyville will come into play at the end of this story. You'll see.
Well, we might see that.
Well, we not might, we will.
Going on from there, though, their daddy was a heavy into gambling on his own horses and would frequently travel to California to race his horses there. He would take the oldest boys with him. Eventually, the boys were offered steady work. Damn, over in Cali?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. The oldest brothers, Ben, Frank, and Lit, took jobs as mule skinners in 1877. Grant and the other brother, Cole, followed in 1880. So you got all those motherfuckers.
Said, I'm going to California to skin.
I mean, when you got 8 brothers and sisters and your mom and dad struggling back then, you know, you got to be like, well, I got to go to work, daddy.
I'm only 15.
Mama, I love you. Did you get your biscuits and shit from your jerky? Biscuits and jerkies in your knapsack? And they put it on the stick, right?
Did you get your
What do they call that? What was it called?
No, that was people that ran away.
Yeah, but still, same
Put
thing.
It on a stick and a handkerchief.
It was your net.
Like the polka dotted handkerchief.
Yeah, that's not ran away. That's just you fucking.
Yeah, that's people that ran away.
Well, they're basically running away. Bill would travel to California as well in 1884. Frank Dalton became a U.S. Deputy Marshal in 1880 out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. And he would take some of his brothers with him when he needed a posse.
He's like, come on, brothers. We're about to go hunt down these motherfuckers. Let's go, boys.
I mean, that's awesome.
All right, Frank.
Isn't that weird how... I mean, it's usually how it was, man. Fucking... You become fucking law, but you're really not law.
Well, you're law. Your law, but then you have the ability to deputize and just fucking, hey, I just deputized this morning. Here's this badge. Now you can go legally kill somebody with me.
Hurry up. Bring them back, damn it. Fucking bounty hunters in town.
Bounty hunter, damn it.
Damn it. Fucking son of a bitch. November 27th, 1887, Frank was on his way to arrest 3 bootleggers with another deputy. He's like, motherfucker, we just got to come in here.
These motherfuckers are illegally brewing some shit.
If you see any candles on, we know they're up. We'll fucking hook a horse up.
We'll shoot him. I ain't hooking no horse up. We'll shoot him.
We're going to hook a horse up 2 houses down and walk in. Yeah. Yeah, that's what
it wasn't 2 houses down.
When they arrived at the bootleggers' camp, they came under fire. They're like, oh shit, they seen us. Frank killed 2 of those motherfuckers, but after his gun jammed, the 3rd bootlegger ended up killing Frank.
Ooh.
Oh shit. And his body was soon abandoned by the other deputy. He was like, oh,
he took off. He said, fuck you.
Son of for shit.
I can't. Frank, my buddy Frank just killed 2 of these motherfuckers. I can't even stand and kill the last guy. You know, I'm out. I'm out of this bitch.
Grat and Bob took Frank's place as deputies and hired Emmett to guard prisoners. Wow. So these guys are like...
brothers are like, I'm taking up my brother's fucking post as deputy, damn it.
Isn't that crazy? That's fucking stupidity. Bob later took the job of assembling a police force in the Osage Nation. Osage? Osage.
Osage or Osage?
Osage Nation.
Osage?
Emmett came along to be his deputy while Grat stayed in Fort Smith. So you got these guys, all right, we got this town good. Now we're going to go spread out. You got it here, right? Yeah, man, I got it, because there's obviously everybody on his side.
But now they're lawmen, though.
Right. But clearly they had that townspeople on the side to be able to leave one of their fucking kin by themselves in a town, right? By themselves in a town. They'd be like, man, you got them, right? And we got them. You guys go and spread the word.
Well, it didn't happen that way because the brothers were frustrated that they weren't getting paid for the law work they were doing.
Oh.
And by July of 1890, Bob and Emmett started stealing horses.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, a posse was organized to capture them for their crimes, and Bob and Emmett took off to the Canadian River 70 miles west of Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Grat found out about this and tried to send them supplies, but was caught and thrown in jail and ended up losing his fucking marshal job over in Kansas. He was released 2 weeks later, and by this time, Bob and Emmett had caught a train, and they said, "Adios, I'm off to Brother Bill's ranch in old San Miguel, California."
Brother Bill's offering better shit than you, motherfucker. We're out.
We're out of here.
Peace, love.
You ain't gonna fucking get me for stealing horses.
we left you one chicken and the mule.
And the mule. He can fucking plow a good fucking field.
What about a horse? I don't know what to tell you. Well, there's only 2 of you and you got 4.
We need this other one for supplies, boy.
Gotta go. January of 1891, Grat would join his brothers at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And they all worked there for about a month. They're like, fuck this shit. Why'd I come back here? I don't know. Why'd you come back? Well, fuck, I wish I should have. Well, I wish you hadn't.
Well, guess what? We're about to plan this fucking train robbery.
Yeah. Bobby was like, hey, man, check this out, guys, before you guys get any more fucking stupid.
Smacks him in the back with stupider.
Come on, Bobby. Shit.
I told you.
Quit playing. Quit playing. Bobby's like, listen, motherfuckers. I've been planning.
I got a plan, damn it.
I've been planning this fucking train robbery. And Cole's like, what? A train robbery? And Lynn's like, what are you talking about, Bob? Bill's like, Bobby, shut the hell up. He's like, no. Bob's like, no, listen. I tried. It's like, listen, this is great. And then Billy's like, no. He's like, guys, this ain't good. This ain't good. And Bob was like, listen, damn it. And Emmett's like, fuck it, guys, let's check this out. So Bob was like, and they told him the plan, right? And they're like, we're going to rob this fucking train. It's going to be excellent. And Emmett's like, fucking yeah, dude, it's going to be great. And Bill's like, I still don't know. And then Cole and Lit's like, well, what do you guys think? Like, we're going to do it. So they did it.
Well, that's not true.
Exactly what they did.
It's not exactly what they did.
Well, they didn't do it? Oh, it's the next day. No, it's February. Damn,
No.
they waited a whole week.
Well, Cole and Lit didn't do it because they were the older brothers, but Grat, Bob, and Emmett decided to go ahead with the plan.
Oh, okay.
On February 6, 1891, Bob and Emmett were wearing masks. They held up a Southern Pacific Railroad passenger train. Grat did not join them because he was all drunk and fucking losing his money on gambling and drinking in Tulare, California. He couldn't get a fucking horse to go along with him. He's like, I got no money, man.
I got no money. I got no horse.
Well, unfortunately for old Bob and Grat, Bob and Emmett, they were unable to get anything from the robbery, but during a shootout, the fireman of the train was accidentally shot and killed by the expressman.
So it was like basically just
They went and did it for nothing.
Then nothing happened.
They did it for nothing.
They did nothing. Wow. That's ridiculous. Tulare County Sheriff Gene Kay and his posse tracked him to Bill's ranch and found his saddle missing a strap, with the strap being found at the site of the robbery. Sam, they're like, it's the same strap. That's funny. You say you ain't been anywhere tonight. Well, this is the same strap.
This damn horse strap or saddle is missing a strap. Why you and it matches up perfectly.
It's the one that I have here. Bob, Emmett, Grat, and Bill were indicted on March 17, 1891, with Grat and Bill being arrested a couple days later. $3,000 bounty was put on the arrest of Bob and Emmett, but they had already escaped and were on their way back to Oklahoma. They're like, fuck this shit. And they're like, a cloud of dust.
I know my
Like,
brother,
hey,
I know my brothers are in jail for this, but we're leaving.
We're gone. Borrowing money from anybody they can and supplies from their brothers. Lit and Cole.
Not anybody that they can, but specifically from their brothers. Lit and Cole.
Lit and Cole borrowed money and supplies from their brothers.
Well, no, they to their brothers. To their brothers. Not from their brothers, damn it. To their brothers.
Shit. Yeah. Bill was able to post bail and immediately hired an attorney for his brother Grat. So you got like 2 of these guys doing it right. Hiring attorneys, posting bail and shit, right? And the other guys, well, kind of, right?
Well,
at least where they're not wanted, and the other guys are I'm fucking gone.
Well, the other guy, yeah.
I'm
Well,
gone.
Sheriff K said the same thing because he discovered the boys were actually on the way to Ogden, Utah, and went to capture them. After nearly being caught in Utah, they escaped by train, while K continued to track them for months. He was unsuccessful. He needed to bring his ass back to California to be present for Grat's trial.
Right.
You gotta have the sheriff's fucking testimony.
Well, if not, what else you got?
Well, after Bob and Emmett realized they were no longer being chased, they decided to rob a train in Wharton, which is now Perry, Oklahoma, in May of 1891.
It's like
So those motherfuckers
it's like
were
their
like,
stars went down from 3 to 0. Like
yep.
if you
And
waited in an alley.
GTA, you're like,
yeah.
my stars are gone, bitches. I'm about to rob this motherfucker.
Walk out, shoot a guy in the head, bam. No cops around. I'm good. You ever do that? Try to see how many people can get away with killing in GTA
Not in real
without
life.
getting stars? Oh,
Of course, it's only ended up only being like 3.
maybe, right?
You can't. I mean, you would do it usually by trying to beat the shit out of them instead of using a gun, because a gun would be 1 automatically.
Well,
But if you just go around the street and like punch the shit out of people and beat them, you get about 3 of them before the fucking cops start coming after you.
Well, in the same area, you gotta do it like every once in a while.
What's the fun of that?
Beat up a guy.
I can go around in one area and shoot somebody and not have a star, and go in another area and shoot somebody. It'd be the same thing.
You should have a star. Once you shoot a bullet, it should be a star.
Yeah, not always.
Yeah.
Not always.
Mm.
Well, when you fucking steal signs electronically, it should be fucking suspensions, but
well, not always. Pete Rose.
Well, gambler.
Yeah, totally different. Anyway, the lawyer that Bill hired for Grat was actually corrupt, and Grat received an unfair trial. Of course, I mean, come on. Despite there being evidence that he wasn't even at the crime scene, they're like, dude,
the motherfucker was drinking and all pass out in fucking California.
Sherry said I was with her. She's like, yeah, I fucking did, man. They're like, no.
Sherry's a whore. We can't trust her fucking testimony. Alimony.
During this time, a train robbery took place similar to the first one, and the sheriff arrested Bill, suspecting him of the crime, even though he had an alibi. So
sheriff was just trying to get anybody.
Right. This sheriff got
trying to get anybody.
Right.
Well, but you remember Bill was already arrested and released on bail for the other robbery, so.
Right. Oh, dang.
He's just trying to get some shit. September 20th, 1891, Grat and 2 other prisoners escaped the jail after someone from the outside gave him a saw. Bill stayed in jail and was acquitted of the train robbery. And then he sold his ranch, moved his wife and her. Well, he moved his wife to her parents' home in Livingston.
So why did Grat and 2 other? Bill stayed.
Bill was acquitted because he wasn't there, obviously.
Obviously, but
Grat was.
Right. Like, gotta go, brother. I'm good.
He stayed and was eventually acquitted.
Okay, so that says something about the justice system. Knowing damn well, I guarantee it, the judge and everybody knew damn well that was his brothers and they did it. But they're like, well, you're just a piece of shit like him, but you weren't there.
Well,
they could have easily hung him, just be like, hey.
You did it.
Right?
You did it.
Awesome.
Well, Bill moved his wife to her parents' home in Livingston, California. He then made his way back to Oklahoma. Meanwhile, Sheriff K learned that the man he arrested earlier with Bill, Riley Dean, was the one who Riley Dean was the one who assisted the escape of Grat and both men, and were hiding on a mountain near Sanger, California. The mountain would become known as Dalton Mountain.
All right, so you got a little posse up there. Fucking, they're like, we can get the fuck out of here. They're like, yeah, my brother can hit. No, your brother's getting off. You actually did it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And fucking Bill's like, yeah, you fucking did it. You better go, but
fucking did it.
I'll be good.
Really did it, Sam.
I'll be good. They trusted the whole situation on the justice system. They thought that highly of the United States justice system. Were like, go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro. I'll see you down the road.
Well, I would say Grat knew he would get off because he had a fucking witnesses where he was in California. So
right, not him. Grat wouldn't get off.
Bill, I mean,
Bill would.
Yeah, that's why Grat had to go. His ass would have been hanged for sure.
Well, fucking done. Get out. Done over with.
I'm done.
Must bring the rest of them.
Drag them out in the middle of town and just fucking do the deed.
Right. The whole town watching. Everybody's like, yeah, and they're like, oh, oh, that's what happens. Let's go home, kids. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, guys.
He just pissed himself.
Keep you that poor guy. Christmas Eve, 1891, Sheriff Kay and Sheriff Hensley of Fresno ambushed the two men coming back from a boar hunt. They're like, damn, we just got this boar.
Look at this motherfucker. We're about to eat good tonight, Riley.
And they're like, hold on, patoo, patoo, patoo. Like, oh, shit. I wonder if they used the boar as fucking shield.
Well, there's no records of that.
I wish. Riley Dean was caught, but Grat stole a horse and escaped to a friend's house in Livingston for a few weeks before making his way to Oklahoma. It was at the same time that Bob and Emmett were putting together what would become the Dalton Gang. They didn't even know that Bro was coming.
Nope.
They're like, man, we got to bring up this gang. How about we call it the Dalton Gang? There's two of us. Well, there's more. I feel somebody's coming.
But we're the leaders.
Right. They recruited people they knew and grew up with in Oklahoma. So basically, yeah. I mean, I bet they're like,
it's a Dalton Gang.
they came to their house and they grabbed food off the table, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could do that. First recruited were George Bitter Creek Newcomb and Blackface Charlie Bryant.
Blackface Charlie Bryant was known as Blackface because he fired a gun too close to his face and the powder burned him. So he got fucking
got a little
blackface.
Yeah, a little blackface. So no, he wasn't racist. I mean, he probably was.
Well, definitely was.
It probably was, but forget I said any of that. These two men were with the brothers for the train robbery in May that netted them $1,200. $1,200 is a lot of money back in 1891, folks. You're talking, I'll say probably 50,000.
No.
Yeah, I'll say about 50 grand. $1,200. I'll say about 50.
$1,200 is only about 10 G's.
Nah.
Yeah.
In 1891.
Yeah, because
$1,200.
Because 19,000 was like fucking almost 80 or something. So.
No,
Yeah.
I'd say
yes. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. Yes.
There's no way.
$1,200 maybe equivalent to $8,000 to $10,000.
No.
Yes.
$1,200.
Yes.
$10,000.
Yes.
In 1891.
Yep. I'm telling you right now, man. Yeah.
I'll say it's close to more than 20 to 30, but we'll go with between $10,000 and $30,000.
We'll do that then, I guess.
Was I reading?
Yes.
Bill Doolin, which mentioned earlier, the Doolin Dalton Gang, Dick Broadwell, and Bill Powers, and also Charlie Pierce soon joined the gang, and Bob's lover. What? I see there. They all soon joined along with Bob's lover, Eugenia. I don't know how to say his name, guys. It's
Eugenia, man.
Eugenia. You can say however you want.
Eugenia.
Eugenia. I don't know. But she was always known as Miss Mondays. Moondays.
Mondays.
Or there's a U, so it'd be Moondays.
Or Mon.
Yeah, well, Monday. Then why isn't Monday spelled with a U then?
Munson.
Why is it Monday spelled with a U? If that is Monday, it should be Moonday.
We're not here for history lessons, or well, we are here for a little bit of history. We're not here for English lessons, damn it. Well, Blackface Bryant was arrested in August of 1891 by U.S. Marshal Ed Short. Short took him by train to be jailed in Wichita, but on the way they came to a train stop, and a group of men were gathered there.
Of course.
Ed Short was like, "These motherfuckers are trying to break out fucking Bryant. They're trying to set him free."
We're going to set him free.
Well, Short said, "Fuck that," and gave the baggage man a gun and left him with Bryant. His first mistake.
Right.
The man put the gun down and went back to work.
He's
He's
like,
like, "I got some bags if I can take care of
Fuck
damn
that. I got 3 kids and a wife at home.
Well, Bryant grabbed the gun and went to the platform where Short was, shot him in the back. Short turned around and said, "What the fuck?"
Oh, shit.
And then they eventually ended up shooting each other to death.
Damn.
So both of those motherfuckers died on that platform.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And guess what? The guys weren't even waiting for him. So he did all that for nothing.
I mean,
For nothing.
that's a stupidity.
For nothing.
Well, first of all, the guy should have shot him in the head instead of the back.
Well, you just, back then mortality rates was pretty high for a bullet wound. So
Yeah, but you knew damn well the guy was
maybe he
armed.
wasn't like that.
You know damn well the
maybe
guy was armed. He's gonna turn around, and fucking.
Yeah, but maybe he wasn't
He's gonna
that.
shoot back.
Maybe he wasn't that fucking evil. Where I'm just gonna cold blooded shoot this guy in the back of the head. Not everybody's a murderer, man. Clearly
Well,
he
he's
was.
send to shoot him like that. You know damn well if you don't kill him, he's gonna turn around and shoot you back.
I have no explanation for you, man. What happened?
So, that's crazy. September 15th, 1891, the gang robbed a train just north of Wagner, Oklahoma, they robbed a train just out of Wagner, Oklahoma, where they came away with $19,000.
19 G's, man.
Now that was a heist.
Mm-hmm.
Grat arrived in Oklahoma in the spring of 1892 and joined up with the gang. Bill was also in Oklahoma at the time, but didn't participate in any robberies. They're like, everybody was back together, like, hey, man, what you guys do? Like, I did this. And
I got jailed.
You did some bad things.
I got jailed. You guys left me.
Well, you guys did some bad things. Bill's like, I'm out. They're like, all right,
Well,
Bill.
he was never in.
He's like, I've never been in. I'm still out. Everybody's like, that's cool, man. And they gave him they all threw him a stack of cash. They all threw him a stack of cash.
Everybody's like, that's cool, man. At least spy for us.
He's like, all
right.
All right. That works. They didn't start to plan their third train robbery, so they're like, fuck it, man, we got away with 2.
They didn't get away with 2. Bill was clearly jailed, and Grat was jailed for the first one.
They got away with them.
Well, yeah, I guess.
We're still living through 2.
There you go.
Let's do this shit. On June 1st, 1892, they planned to rob a Santa Fe train, but Santa Fe found out about their plans. See, that's how in the fuck. They already got 2. You think they keep their mouths quiet. And they're like, don't say anything. But Santa Fe's like, these motherfuckers.
I know they's about to rob us.
They don't even know where they're at. How do they know? And they put heavily armed officers on board. They're like, fuck this shit. These fucking Dalton guys, they're coming in. They're like, how do you know? And they're like, we heard. Are you sure? I'm like, we don't know. And Bob was suspicious. He's like, guys, I think they know. How do you know? I don't know. I think they know.
Well, he knows if you would just raid.
Bobby was suspicious that the train was so dark that he let it pass, and they ended up robbing the next one. Damn. They're like, fuck that, let this one go. They robbed the next train that came a few minutes later, coming away with a measly $1,800. Oh, but the last article was like, damn, they got away with $1,900.
I wrote measly because the one train that they passed on had $90,000 of fucking shit.
Yeah, but pass up $1,800 and not dying or going to jail and get $1,800
between 5 people though.
The gang wasn't satisfied at the amount, and so began their plan for a fourth train robbery. You just said it was the third one up here.
No,
that's what it says.
Where?
Right there. It'll be the 4th.
I think it was supposed to be 2nd then.
Oh, gee whiz.
Sorry, guys, that was the 2nd one.
Man.
No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3rd. So this one's the 4th. My bad, guys.
This is still be the 4th train robbery. They got away with $1,800 last time, and
19,000 from the fucking.
No, they didn't get that.
Yeah, they did.
Not the 19,000.
Yeah. They robbed a train just north of Wagner.
Yeah,
19,000.
Right.
But on that 19,000, which I failed to put in here, Bob spent most of that on hookers and booze. So.
Well, of course he did. Like all of them. They all did. But he spent the most.
On July 14th, they went to a train station in Adair, Oklahoma, and robbed the baggage rooms. They waited for the train to arrive at 9:45 p.m. and when it came, they backed a wagon up to the express car and started to unload its contents. Little did they know, though, fucking they had about 8 armed fucking officers at the back of the train, ready to fucking do some shit.
Oh shit!
They got a bunch of shit in the wagon, and then the guards were like, "What the fuck are these motherfuckers doing?"
Oh shit!
They opened fire on those bitch asses, firing 200 shots total without injuring. Not one member of the gang got injured.
I bet you none of these guys ever were experienced anything, dude.
They were just like shooting.
Yeah, they're like, we're scared. I don't want to kill, man.
Well, 2 doctors, W.L. Goff and Youngblood, were on the platform and were struck by stray shots.
Oh, jeez,
Goff got killed. 2 guards were also injured, but they recovered. The gang came away with 18,000 on that one.
Damn. That's fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts right there.
But they still 8 guards.
And you kill a doctor.
Well, the guards are the ones that killed the doctor.
Kill the doctor. You know, the doctor gets killed. Jeez.
It's sad.
The 18 grand wasn't enough for the gang, so
Of
they're
course,
like,
why would it be?
man, if we got this much, we can get more. They're like, we can plan the biggest score
Well,
yet.
you know how it is. We got one score. The score's not big enough. We need that one big score to get out. You know how they all are. We need that one big score to get out
Think
of
of
this
it.
life and
That's-
move on.
That's at least 35 grand right there. Back then, that's fucking $100,000. At least. You can say
Oh
60.
yeah, I mean, total of what they robbed. Yes, I'd say that.
I mean, come on. That's a lot of money.
Oh, they weren't satisfied.
So they plan on fucking they're like, fuck this, dude. We can get a bigger score yet. They're going to rob 2 banks at the same time in Coffeyville, Kansas. They're like, fuck this shit. Fuck them trains. Fuck them trains. We can do this shit.
It's noted but disputed that Bob said, "I'm gonna do what Jesse James couldn't have done. I'm gonna rob 2 banks at the same time in daylight."
Oh well, bro Emmett was like, hey dude, that ain't cool, man. He was like, I went to school here and I knew everybody in this town. And Bob was like, dude, it's fine, man. No one's gonna get hurt. No one's gonna get hurt.
What an enabler! What an enabler!
Fine.
It's all right, man. Nobody will get hurt. I promise you.
We're gonna cover our faces with fucking do rags. What do they call them back then? It's not hankies.
Kerchiefs.
Kerchiefs. We're gonna cover our faces. No one's gonna get hurt. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Emmett's like, are you sure? Bob's like, Emmett,
Yes.
it's gonna be fine.
Emmett's like, okay.
All right. So Bob and Emmett were going to be the ones to rob the First National Bank, and Grat and Broadwell and Powers to rob the CM Condon and Company. Condon,
man.
the CM Condon and Company Bank right across the street. So these motherfuckers like right across the street.
Right across the street.
Bam, bam, bam. The plan was for these guys to fucking for them to tie their horses behind the Condon Bank. However,
Condon, man.
The Condon Bank, the Condon Company, the CMCC Bank. However, they didn't know that the horses up. What? Oh, however,
this is a disaster, guys.
However, they didn't know that the posts to tie the horses up had been removed, so they decided to tie up the horses in an alley by the jailhouse. These motherfuckers are robbing the bank, and they're gonna tie their horses up.
Soon find out that the jailhouse has no fucking significance to the story.
But still, they're gonna tie the horse up next to the jailhouse.
Not next. Bye. Oh, that alley that they tied the horses up later became known as the Dalton Alley.
Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
Well, around 9 a.m. on October 5th, the gang tied up the horses and made their way down the alley towards the banks. They had fake beards and mustaches on, so no one would recognize them. That fucking backfired because they were walking past this dude, and he was like, "I recognize these motherfuckers." A motherfucker named Alec McKenna said, "I recognize one of these dudes, one of the Daltons."
What?
He said, then he shouted, "The bank is being robbed!"
Oh no.
Word spread quickly around that little ass town, and then townspeople started to arm themselves to defend against the gang.
Whoa.
So they were already ready.
Holy shit. Grat, Powers, and Broadwell entered the Condon.
Condon, man. Condon.
They entered the Condon Bank and ordered the cashiers, hands up! This is a robbery!
Hey, damn!
Oh, shit!
Damn!
Grat found the manager and told him to fill the sack with money. Fill the sack with money, you fucking sack! He also noticed the vault was open. Oh, damn. Where the safe with the gold was kept. He ordered the manager to open the safe, but the manager lied and said he was on a time block and he wouldn't be able to open it for another 10 minutes. Damn, another 10 minutes. That's stupid. I would have said like another 6 hours, right? Like, well, we're going to stay here for 10 minutes, motherfucker. You're going to open that shit. Grat decided, there we go. Exactly. Grat decided to wait and started stuffing his bag with $1,000 in silver, which weighed about 200 pounds.
Damn. That's low to be trying to take on a bank robbery.
You ain't kidding. You got to carry yourself out the door. Back at the First National Bank, Emmett and Bob forced the bookkeeper, Thomas Aries, to open the safe and filled it with gold and cash. Once all the loot was in the bag, they took Aries out to the front door with them to use him as cover. They're using it as a shield. Shoot me, you shoot him. That didn't matter, as an American Express agent immediately fired up. Damn. Like, fuck this. They left Aries out front and decided to use the back door, taking 2 other employees with them for cover. So Aries died?
No,
Wow.
not at this time. But by this time, most of the citizens were armed and started firing on the Condon Bank. Grat still wanted to
shit.
wait for the time lock, though. He said, "This motherfucker." The thing about the time lock, though, it was a lie. There wasn't a time lock. The banker lied to him, and he could
Of
easily
course.
just went over and opened the safe. But fucking, he was like, "I'm gonna wait." But Emmett and Bob made their way out of the back door, only to be met by Lucius Baldwin, who
Uh-oh.
was guarding the door. Bob said, "Fuck you," and ended up killing him with his rifle.
Boo!
They then made their way to the alley on 8th Street. George Cubine was standing at the drugstore across from First National with a gun pointing at the entrance, waiting for them to come out.
Ooh.
Well, Bob was already at the back of the alley and said, "I see you, motherfucker." Shot him right in the head, dead, killing him down to the ground.
Shot him dead.
Cubine's partner was next to him and went to pick up Cubine's rifle, but Bob shot him dead too.
Holy shit, Bobby.
Thomas Aries had armed himself and saw Bob kill Cubine. He aimed his rifle at Bob, but Bob reacted quicker and shot him in the head from about 200 yards away. Although not killed, Aries would be paralyzed for the rest of his life.
No, 200 yards away?
So Bob just fucking, it's a rifle, man. 200 yards is not that bad. 200 yards is not that bad with a rifle. There's an alley and the house is over there. Shot him.
That's had a long fuck time to aim.
Oh, fucking quick shots, man. They're good with the guns.
In the head. Under fire at Condon's, Grat said it was time to leave. And as they were leaving, all 3 men were wounded by gunfire. They're like, "Oh, damn, did you get shot? I got shot. Me too."
Oh, me too, yeah.
Oh, shit. Boo, boo, but we're alive.
Start high-fiving each other. Yeah.
Yeah, see? They eventually met up with Bob and Emmett in the alley and took cover behind an oil tank. Oh, damn. Let's take cover behind this oil tank.
It can't explode.
Marshal Charles Connolly was in the stable and ran out of the alley towards the plaza, not knowing the outlaws were behind him. Whoa. Grat shot the marshal in the head, killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. John Kohler was still in the stable, and Grat noticed him, but before Grat could shoot, Kohler shot Grat in the throat, killing Grat. Oh, damn. This is the demise of Grat.
Yep, Grat's done. Got shot in the fucking throat.
Boom. Oh, damn.
Got shot in the fucking throat, dude.
Just then, someone from the hardware store shot Bob in the head and heart, killing him instantly.
That's
Bobby's gone.
2 gang members done.
Oh my!
Done. Don't you?
Bobby's
feel,
tragically gone.
While I was writing this out, I actually kind of felt like sympathy for Bob, and I'm like, no, not Bobby.
Powers tried to mount his horse, but was shot and killed. Damn.
And another one.
Bravo managed to mount his horse and take off. However, was badly wounded and was found dead about a half mile away.
All these motherfuckers are just succumbing.
As Emmett mounted his horse, he was shot in the right arm, left hip, and groin, but noticed that Bob was shot and went back to get him. As he was trying to lift Bob on the horse, Casey Seaman unloaded his shotgun at Emmett's back. He fell off his horse and surrendered. Emmett had a total of 23 gunshot wounds, with at least 20 being from buckshot. All in all, the gunfight lasted about 15 minutes. Besides the 4 outlaws being killed, 4 others in town were killed as well. They were Marshall Connolly, Lucius Baldwin, George Cubine, and Charles Brown, with 3 others being wounded. Bill Dalton, Bill Doolin, Bitter Creek Newcomb, and Charlie Pierce were not in Coffeyville at the time. Both Bills were actually waiting a couple miles away with extra horses ready to aid in the escape, but tired of waiting and left, only to hear about what happened later on.
So old Bill learned about all of 2 of his brothers getting shot down.
That's crazy.
Didn't even wait for him either, huh?
Oh.
Well, Emmett's ass fucking somehow survived. Even though there was reports in the local newspapers that Emmett died, he actually survived his wounds and was sentenced to life in prison. Emmett had a bunch of friends in the court systems, and they were like, I think this guy can change his ways. And he got pardoned in 1907.
Wow.
On September 1st, 1908, he married Julia Johnson Gilstrap Lewis, such a hell of a name,
Right.
in Oklahoma, and they moved to Hollywood, California. Emmett ended up working as a real estate agent and actor and wrote a book called When the Daltons Rode, which was published in 1931. Emmett eventually died at his home in Long Beach on July 13th, 1937. In 1940,
Wow.
his book was made into a movie that actually had its premiere in Coffeyville.
So he's like the Von Erich of Wild West.
Everybody else, well, no, because he had like
Oh, there's a
a
couple
bunch of
more.
other siblings, man.
Right. Well, pretty close.
Many other films and books were made about the Dalton Gang, as well as a song by the Eagles called Doolin' Dalton on their album Desperado.
Doolin Dalton, guys, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Doolin went on to start his own gang with 2 remaining Dalton Gang members called the Doolin Gang. Everybody knows Doolin Gang. Bill Dalton would eventually join that gang, and they became known as the infamous Doolin Dalton Gang or the Wild Bunch, which ran from 1892 to 1895.
Yeah, and we'll cover, like I said in the beginning of this episode, that gang separately because they did their own fucking shit. But fucking yeah, man, that's the Dalton Gang. How you feel
Dalton
about
Gang.
that?
That is actually something I didn't know too much about, and I was very intrigued, and I would like to see video evidence or
There's no video evidence.
I mean, if there's like a movie or something, I'd like to see something.
Yeah, man, the old fucking shootout, 15-minute long shootout, people getting shot in the fucking head and throats and
Crazy.
all that shit.
Love to see that reacted.
Yeah, man, all that fucking time well, they only operated for 2 years, but
That's
they did some shit in that 2 years.
They fucking obviously did some shit.
And old brother Bill, this motherfucker, brother Bill, is like, I'll spy for you guys, but I won't rob you. But as you'll see, as later on in the series, we'll cover the Doolin Dalton Gang, and old brother Bill ain't so innocent as he might seem.
Well, there's only so much you can take. Your brothers are getting shot and killed. And
I've
been trying to live the good life my whole life, but all you've been doing is taking.
Now it's time for me to take.
Yeah.
Old brother Bill. Brother Bill went on to fucking do some shit.
Brother Bill.
Yeah. If you guys want to actually check out newspaper articles from the time of this happening.
Ooh.
So, like, legit newspaper articles from recounting the events of what we just described, you can go to legendsofamerica.com and just search the Dalton Gang or whatever, and they'll have the whole fucking story of what basically we just read, and some links to newspaper articles that were actually ran when they first fucking got killed.
Mm-hmm.
So
some pictures and
then
shit.
you can go online and you look at some pictures. You got a picture of law enforcement officers holding up the bodies of Bob and Grat. After they're dead, they're just holding them up, fucking posing for a picture.
We got them. We got them.
Got another picture of Emmett laying in the hospital after he was shot fucking 23 times. Pictures of the storefront when it was riddled with bullets through the front doors. And then a picture of 4 of the fucking outlaws that died all laid out, fucking spread out with their fucking arms. Like, we got these. Look at this creepy ass picture. Creepy ass picture, and you got a little ass kid fucking peeking through the whole fucking.
Whoa! What the fuck's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what's that?
Well, that's the picture of. That's that picture.
Why is it up there?
They just put it on there.
Oh, so that means that's
a newspaper clip.
Huh? That's put there too.
No, this is a newspaper clip. They put the picture up of Emmett on the. You can see the lines where they just put it there.
Right.
But this is a real picture. There's pictures of these guys without this. And the kid's still just looking through the fucking hole in the wall while 4 dead men are getting photographed. So
that's crazy.
So yeah, guys, it was actually interesting because before I had been doing research and shit about this, I didn't really know about the Dalton Gang either and all that shit that happened.
Not much.
Like I said, glad that we're fucking doing this because I'm learning new shit that you never knew. I mean, obviously, I know the stories of the fucking big guys, Earp and, all those big guys, but, like, shit like fucking this that you don't really hear about in the stratosphere of famous Wild West guys. I mean, shit like, this is the type of shit that we'll be doing. Shit that not many people know about. I mean, I'm sure hardcore fucking Wild West fucking people would know about these guys.
You know about the Doolin Daltons? Well, they do Daltons. Like, I don't know about the Doolin Daltons.
What do they do? What do they do? They know. They the Doolin Daltons.
They know.
They the Doolin Daltons.
They know.
Wait. It's not because they do. It's because one of the guys is named Doolin.
Doolin Dalton.
Either or. They're the Doolin Daltons.
We're going to get them. We're going to get them all. It's going to be good.
This shit has been fun as fuck. I don't know about Dang over here, but fucking, I've been enjoying it. The first 2 episodes in, and it's been probably 2 of the best episodes we've ever created in our whole fucking podcast careers.
Who the fuck is this guy? Well, probably not, but they're pretty good.
Probably.
Oh.
But I think our next episode's probably,
Besides the Lee and Corey stuff, maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
After this episode, I think we're probably gonna do a town.
Might as well.
Do
All
town.
all kinds of stuff happens in towns.
I'm actually thinking of Dodge City.
Dodge City. That's too early to do Dodge City.
One of the first well-known fucking outlaw bunch
Dodge
of fucking famous
City.
outlaws that we will cover was visited Dodge City and or was a sheriff deputy of Dodge City.
In Dodge City.
Either or, one of our next episode is probably going to be about some sort of city. And I hope you guys enjoy this because this shit is fucking entertaining and fucking interesting to me. So I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. Well, that's a lie because we do fucking
dancing in jailhouse rock.
That's a lie because we do fucking shit about NBA and all that shit. Yeah, I don't care about.
I don't even care. I don't know why he does it. To tell you the truth.
But
we don't need it.
We got you're gonna hear this on Friday. Today is Friday that you're hearing this. I hope you listen to it on the first day.
Hope.
But we just released our sports episode on Thursday.
Sports!
XFL talk. Dane got proved wrong in a fucking Astros argument.
I did the best bait move ever.
He didn't.
I'm a great fisherman.
He did the best.
I baited and pulled the biggest. I fucking hooked the biggest fucking whamfish ever.
He did the best fucking.
I got the whamfish out and fucking he whammed the whole time.
He did the best fucking not having an argument. So I talk over you saying that he could do. We also did some one and dones. We did some sports history from February 17th to the 20th.
17th, 23rd.
23rd, 17th to the 23rd. Other than that, you're going to hear episode 41 of the Monday Night Watch Along coming up this Monday, where we see the aftermath. Well, we had the pay-per-view of Starcade, fucking Bash at the Beach.
American Bash.
Great American Bash. Yeah, that's what it was. Where Eric Bischoff gets thrown into a fucking stage.
Not thrown, he gets fucking power bombed into a fucking table off the stage.
Yeah, still through the stage. That's what everybody talks about it as. And then you're gonna hear you're gonna see some Raw main event. I don't remember what it was, so I'm not looking it up. And a WCW main event of Giant and Scott Steiner, I think it was that week.
I think Raw, Jake the Snake and fucking Goldust.
Snake and Goldust, that's right, yeah. So with that being said, make sure you go check out Wild Bill Hickok episode as well. And if you like this one, fucking give us a sub to us on here Podbean, and you can even comment on Podbean.
Can ya?
MouthyMichiganders.podbean.com. And with that being said, this is the Mouthy Michiganders with
Bang Dang!